For worksheet 3, we're going to be practicing multiplying and dividing polynomials. Before I actually do any of the problems from the worksheet, let's just remind you of the rules real quick. So to multiply polynomials, in this case we have monomials, but to multiply polynomials, remember what we do is we multiply the coefficients. So the number in front is the coefficient, so we go ahead and multiply those. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then we add the exponents. So we have an x squared here, and x, if there's nothing up here, it's a 1. So it would be x to the 2 plus 1 is 3. When we divide the coefficients. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then we subtract the exponent. So again, if x doesn't have an exponent, it's 1. So it would be x to the 2 minus 1 is 1. So it would just be 1. Then also, just to remind you about distributing, if we have 2x squared plus 2x, remember to distribute, we'd multiply the first one. We have 2x squared plus 4x. Alright, so having reminded you of those rules, let's take a look at this worksheet. So on the first one, we have a division problem. So we do 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then we have x to the 4 divided by x squared, so that's going to be x. And we subtract 4 minus 2 is 2. Alright, so here's a multiplication one. Just two numbers. This is just x to the third times 4x to the fourth. So the coefficient, again, if there's not a coefficient, it's 1. So 1 times 4 is 4. And then x to the 3 plus 4 is 7. Alright, here's one with distributing. So we have x, again, if there's no exponent, then it's to the 1. So we have, and then there's no coefficient, so that's 1 also. So 1 times 4 is 4, plus x to the 1 plus 4 is 5. If we add the exponents. So we multiply the coefficients. 3 times 1 is 3. X to the 1 plus 3 is 4. Alright, on this division one, let's take a look at this. This has x's and y's, but don't get confused. Again, the coefficient's 1 if there's not listed. So 1 times 3 is 3. And then we add the exponents of each variable. So we have y, that's 1 and 1, is 2. And then x to the 3 plus 2 is 5. We also have on this worksheet raising to a power. Remember, this rule goes, if I have 2x squared squared, I multiply the exponent. So I'm going to go 2 squared is 2 times 2 is 4. And then I'm going to do x to the 2 times 2. So to the 4th. So in this one, we have z squared, so raised to the third, so it's going to be z to the 2 times 3 is 6. And then this is x to the 1, so it's 1 times 3 is 3. On the word problems down here below, on the applications, just remember that area is length times width. So we take this, 2x plus 3, and all of that times 3x. So then we just distribute. So 3x times 2x, multiply the coefficients. 2 times 3 is 6. Add the exponents. So this is 1 and this is 1. So it's going to be x squared. Then we multiply the coefficient, so 3 times 3 is 9, plus x. Well, there's only one x, so that's all we have. Okay? And then this one's going to be a division because we know the area. So the area is 12x squared equals the length times the width is 3x. So this is not a 1, this is an L for length. Okay? So if I want to get L by itself, we divide both sides by 3x. All of this is going to cancel. And I'm going to erase it here just so that we can see what we're doing. And so L equals 12x squared divided by 3x. And we know how to do that. Then the area of a square, remember it's side square. Area of a squared is area equals side squared. So we have 2x squared y squared. So 2 squared is 4. X, 2 times 2 is 4. Y, the first, 1 times 2 is 2.